butter chicken. Got 1.5 pounds of chicken. It's a really super easy recipe I learned from Sam the Cooking Guy on YouTube. Sam the Cooking Guy is one of my favorites. And this butter chicken is super easy. If you've never had butter chicken, it's garam masala, turmeric, tomato paste, or excuse me, tomato sauce, all kinds of really good stuff in here. So 1.5 pounds of chicken. We're gonna get this cut up, trimmed up. And yeah, we're doing butter chicken in the Instapot. We're also gonna make some naan bread too. You could use any type of chicken for this. I just personally like chicken breast. You could use like boneless, skinless chicken thighs though. That would actually work really well too. I want to get these cut up into bite-sized pieces. I always trim out anything on my chicken. Actually, any protein really. Anything you don't want to eat, just cut it out. Yeah, Wayne, this is bologna. Good call. Good call, Wayne. Some of the questions. Looks like the trolls are out today still. Always out. You guys need to head back to your parents' basements where it's nice and warm. So we just want to cut these into bite-sized pieces, these chicken breasts. Then we'll get them seasoned and set aside, and we'll start going with everything else. So the cupcakes yesterday, forgiveness, awesome. Everybody seemed to really like them. I think I have 3 left. I don't know if you can see them over there. They're on the stove. I gave most of them out to my neighbors. And, you know, just trying to spread a little bit of Valentine's cheer around. But they loved it, and they were really good. I think adding the chocolate chips in there like we did was just kind of a game changer, so. Yeah, M. Dot, I think you're right. I think I got, so this is, I'm not trying to plug it. This is from a farm called like Redbird. I don't know. It's really good chicken in my opinion. I got buy one, get one free, but it was like $13 for 1.5 pounds, and then I got the other 1.5 pound one for like $13 for free. So, I mean, I don't know. This stuff's kind of expensive. Actually, it's probably on the label here. Let's see. $8.99 a pound. Yeah, so this is like some fancy chicken. So this is a really easy recipe. Just seemed kind of perfect for today. Someone in the chat yesterday was, actually a few people in the chat yesterday were like, you should make an Indian curry. And I was like, well, let's make butter chicken. And I was planning on doing this on Sunday, but it just seems like the perfect day to do it. So yeah, butter chicken, stick around. This is a super easy recipe. And if you've never had butter chicken before, it's epic. If you've never had Indian before, I feel like tikka masala or butter chicken is the way to get in. And I promise you, once you have it, you'd be pretty hooked. Indian is just an absolutely incredible way of seasoning things. The food is just incredible. So, and this is an easy way to make it at home. So, oh, Vivian, awesome. Well, you're probably gonna hate my recipe then because it's probably very Americanized. So, yeah, we're making the naan from scratch, M. Dot. Super easy. It's a really easy recipe. I think it's only 4 ingredients. So, and we've done this before. I actually have a short on the naan. I think it was a short. I don't know. I posted it over the summer. It's just really, really good. So, love anime. It's a bunch of stuff. It's chicken. It's tomato sauce. It's garam masala, cumin, turmeric, a little bit of heavy cream, salt, pepper. It's this fantastic like it's like a gravy with chicken in it, but it's Indian. It's so amazing. So very American third chin. Thanks, buddy. Yeah, thank you guys. If you like this and subscribe, I do stuff like this all the time. So sorry, washing hands. Always wash when you're dealing with poultry, for sure. With this chicken, all we're gonna put in here now, we're gonna do, just bought these. So we're gonna use some ginger paste and some garlic paste. You could use crushed garlic in this, but this is just so much easier. And you guys know me, I'm all about easy. What day is it for me, Anime? It is Saturday. You're only 11 and you love cooking. I love it. Stick around. You'll learn something today, I promise. And if you're already cooking at 11, that's super impressive. That's pretty awesome. So keep going. Okay, so 1.5 pound chicken breast. We cut these into bite-sized pieces. We're gonna do a tablespoon. This is ginger paste. You could use fresh ginger. I just don't have one of those plates. And last time I tried to microplane it, it's just, ugh, this stuff's just super easy to use. So that's not how you do. I know, Vivian. I know. This is like easy Saturday snowy butter chicken, okay? So a tablespoon of fresh ginger in here. It's about a tablespoon. I said fresh ginger. This is clearly not the freshest ginger, but it's still really good. So Vivian, I would love to make it extra spicy, but then I don't think Brie would like it. And then we're gonna do a tablespoon of crushed garlic. We're gonna use more of this later. We just need this for the like the marinade. We're gonna mix this and let this sit for about 15 minutes while we get some of the naan going and stuff like that. So, oh, thanks, Natalie, I appreciate it. Let's see. So what do we got next? Half a teaspoon of salt and pepper. Let me see, sorry, I'm reading my recipe over here. So in the chicken bowl, we need garlic, ginger. Oh no, we need a tablespoon of chili powder. Let's grab that. Awesome. So tablespoon of chili powder. Yeah, chili powder and then garam masala. So the chili powder's not super spicy, but it's gonna give it a lot of really good color. So if you never had garam masala, it's like cinnamon. Okay, so it's black pepper, cumin, cardamom, and cinnamon. And it's epic. This stuff smells so good. I think this is kind of expensive. I think these are about 10 bucks for just this little guy, but I've made butter chicken 5 or 6 times this year, so it's kind of worth it to me to buy it. So tablespoon garam masala. You're trying to go live like you, Messi? Yeah, I mean, I'll watch it live, I'll tune in. Chili powder, garam masala, garlic, ginger. Good, we're done. So we're gonna mix this around and we're gonna let this chicken sit for like 15 minutes. This is kind of like, not necessarily marinating it, but kind of marinating it. We want this to sort of build in and kind of develop some of those flavors in there. So, oh, it smells fantastic. I think it's the garam masala that I'm smelling here. It is so good. So we're just setting the chicken aside. I should actually probably put it, Crystal, we're making butter chicken, Indian butter chicken, and naan, fresh homemade naan. I'm gonna put this in the fridge. So this naan, if you've ever had naan, it's super easy. This is probably a horrible representation of what real naan is, but this is a super easy, delicious way to make it at home with 4 ingredients. So for this naan, we need some flour. We got some plain Greek yogurt. I need some baking soda and baking powder and salt. We'll be right back. I can't find my baking powder. Give me one quick second. That's what we're making, Yash. We're making butter chicken. Yay. Been rearranging the pantry. Could not find the baking powder to save my life. All right, a cup and a half of flour in here. Sorry if I missed a bunch of stuff, so. Banana rack empty, M. Dot. I couldn't find bananas last time I was at the store. They were just like out. It's kind of the first time in a long time I've seen no bananas at the store. I feel like that's sort of like a staple. So 1 cup of flour. And we're gonna do a half a cup of flour now too. All right, 1.5 cups flour. When I cook this naan too, we're gonna cook it with a little bit of garlic butter. It's just gonna be so good. Erewhon? Yeah, no, M. Dot. I'm not in California, and I wouldn't shop at Erewhon if you paid me. It sounds awful. Plain Greek yogurt, by the way. I'm gonna add this right in here. 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We can eyeball this. Got 2 teaspoons of baking powder. Found the half teaspoon, so we'll just go 4 of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4. So all we have in here so far is salt, baking powder, flour, and now we're putting in plain Greek yogurt. I think I have a short on it on my channel if you're interested. We made naan and Mediterranean chicken. So I made a Mediterranean chicken and we used naan as like the taco shell. Guess we'll use this old janky spoon. We're just gonna mix it. That's it. Once this kind of forms into a dough, we'll knead it a little bit and then we'll put it back in the bowl and let it rest for a while. This seems kind of dry. Let's see if I missed something here. Wondering if there was some water or something I missed. All right, we're gonna call an audible. We're gonna add some milk in here. Just a little bit. I'm sure it'll be fine. Made a lot of really good stuff. There we go. Just a little bit of milk in there and we're back. We're good. There we go. Then we're gonna add turmeric, more garam masala, cumin, smoked paprika. So chili powder, turmeric, cumin, smoked paprika, and like we're gonna make a sauce. It's gonna be in the Instapot. It's delicious. Oh yeah, somebody was asking about those cupcakes the other day, or earlier. Here, I'll show you guys this. We made these yesterday. Made these yesterday on live and gave them to some neighbors and stuff. It was really fun. We had a pretty good time yesterday. We also did chocolate covered strawberries too. Those are still in the fridge. I mean, these were like store quality, in my opinion. If you were in the live yesterday, we made these. They were Good. So, but yeah, today we're changing it up. We're going Indian. Valentine's Day's over. No more chocolate. Just kidding. You can still have chocolate. And yeah, I know the Instapot is kind of controversial to some because it's like, we could obviously do this super low and slow in a big heavy pot like all day, but this is just so much faster. I think you get a similar result out of the Instapot that you would doing it all day in a pot. So we're gonna put this Instapot on. All right, I'm gonna put this on simmer, or excuse me, saute. Yeah, thank you, Faulty. I do appreciate subs. My channel's growing really quickly and it's really fun, and I go live a couple times a month. Just checking to see if this is getting warm yet. Actually, I think if Bree's in here, can you tell me, do I have to hit, oh, it says on, never mind. This is her Instapot, so she knows how to work it, not me. But yeah, I appreciate the likes, I appreciate subscribes. I do tend to go live a few times a month. I do food content, things like that. We mostly have a really good time around here, so yeah, I appreciate any likes and subs. I don't know. I guess he's just gonna call me and say like, hey, let's go put the flavoring in it, and that's when we'll start doing all the stuff. For anybody that doesn't know, I'm doing my own beer right now with a local brewery, kind of based on this channel. So that's what they're talking about. What does mean, soul? I don't know, but I say it all the time, so stick around. You can hear me say it more. Once the chicken's sauteed and everything, we're gonna pull that out, but then we need to add, it's gonna be a teaspoon, another, believe it or not, more seasonings here. So we're gonna be doing a teaspoon more of red chili powder, teaspoon of smoked paprika. So we got our smoked paprika here. So 2 of these. And like I said, this is for after we saute the chicken when we're making our like sauce. Cumin. I love cumin. So yeah, teaspoon of cumin. So again, I only have my half. I don't know where my big one is. So we'll do 2 of these. Teaspoon of turmeric. It's brand new. I don't want it to shoot out everywhere. Last time I opened a turmeric, I think I did it on a live, and it went all over the place. And turmeric is super yellow and it stained everything. So careful when you're opening your turmeric. Chili powder. A teaspoon of chili powder. I don't know, kind of sounds familiar, M-Dot, but sounds kind of familiar. It's probably good. We're gonna do, it's not on my recipe, but we're gonna put some pepper in here too. So anybody from India right now is probably freaking out. They're like, what are you doing to our beloved butter chicken? So yeah, okay, salt in here. You look like Lee Westwood. I don't know if that's good or bad. Hopefully good, I guess. And then we need a tablespoon of garam masala in here. Another tablespoon, yes. This is a very garam masala heavy recipe here, but this is where you get that just epic flavor from. All right, our Instapot should be hot enough for the chicken. Actually, we need another tablespoon of this. This is garlic, and we're gonna do another tablespoon of ginger in here too. Lee Westwood, can anybody tell me who Lee Westwood is? All right, Instapot is super hot on saute. Gonna add some oil. Gonna do this chicken in kind of batches. If you put it all in at once, it's just gonna steam. You want this to get kind of, you know, brown, crispy. Like we wanna build like a fond at the bottom here. We're not necessarily looking to cook it all the way through. We just wanna really get some like color on it. So maybe into, oh, the smell already. Oh my gosh, it's like instant. It instantly smells amazing in here. So good. Lee Westwood, again, I don't know who Lee Westwood is, but. Cheese grater, this is for the onion. I always grate up my onions. We're gonna smooth this out with the stick blender before we go super far with it, but I really still like to grate an onion. I think it just works so good, because then you just get like all the onion flavor without a bunch of the big chunks. Had to clean our knife. I had chicken on it last time. I always leave what I refer to as the hairy end on. This kind of keeps it all together. If you keep this end on it, this like furrier end, it's so much better. It's so much easier to work with, so. God, the chicken smells so good. Start up a little restaurant from home. It's not really what I like doing. I don't like the pressure of like, you know, somebody told me one time, they're like, you should open a food truck. I'm like, that requires so much, it's not laziness, but it's just a lot of work. It's a lot of work. Like I do this because I like feeding people. I like, you know, making new stuff, making fun stuff. And like yesterday on my live, I gave pretty much most of everything I made to all my neighbors, and they loved it. Yeah, food truck would be a ton of work. I made mac and cheese bites a couple nights ago, actually a couple weeks ago. Gave them to the neighbors. I made mac and cheese, gave it to the neighbors. Like, I think lasagna, I gave it to the neighbors. They just love it. So, all right, finally got this onion peeled. I'm just gonna grate it. And then we'll set it aside, because after we pull all this chicken out of there, we're gonna dump this onion and let it go for a minute or two. Just kind of soften up a little bit. Just trying to get some like color on it, see? Got some brown, and all these bits at the bottom are gonna be good for the onion later. We're really just building a sauce too. We're building a curry. Yeah, I love anime. I do talk about Indian a lot, because when people ask me what my favorite kind of food is, it's definitely in the conversation. It's in the top 3 to 4 for sure. So, and if you've never had Indian before, I suggest you try it. I'm gonna pull this chicken. Probably need a better utensil for that. Use this guy, that'll work really good. More chicken in here. We'll have a little drinky. And once we get the chicken in here, in the Instapot, it really only takes, I think we set it for like high on 5 minutes, and then we let it naturally release for 10 minutes. So again, the hardest part of this is really just kind of getting everything together, but this would be a really easy thing to put together during the week. And we're gonna make up some rice. We'll serve it over rice. It's really good. This makes great leftovers too. This reheated, it almost has like that kind of spaghetti factor to it, like where it's almost even better the next day. It's so good. I said spaghetti factor. So in our sauce, we're gonna do, this is called passata. This is like it's just an Indian tomato sauce. You could use any tomato sauce. The recipe that I found and have used before, this is just kind of more authentic. We only need like 14 ounces of this, and this is 24, so we'll just eyeball it. But so yeah, we're gonna do tomato sauce, more garlic, more ginger. There's garam masala, cumin, turmeric, smoked paprika, and chili powder. We're gonna add about 1 cup of heavy cream, and it's gonna it'll take the sauce from like a really bright red to like a really just beautiful orange. It's amazing. This is seriously one of my favorite things. So again, if you really wanna find this recipe and you don't wanna watch this back, because I don't think I'm gonna make a short or anything on this, YouTube Sam the Cooking Guy, butter chicken. That's this recipe. It's from Sam the Cooking Guy, and I've been making it for a while now, and it's just so good. And we will, somebody tag Sam the Cooking Guy. That'd be fun. I don't even know if you can do that in chat. So, how many languages do I speak? Just one, just English. Actually, a little bit of Spanish, but not really that much. Yeah, just English. All that stuff in there that looks burnt, like once we put the onions in and start to like scrape it around, we're gonna add a tiny bit of water and pull all that off, because that is just like unbelievable flavor in there. It's hot. Okay, we're gonna onion in and just let this onion cook for like a minute. Just want to pull some of the stuff off the bottom. You see how the onion will already get some color in there. It's starting to turn a little orangey. Super easy. All right, so these onions are pretty soft. I'm gonna add in just a splash of water, because we want to pull everything off the bottom there. So before we put our chicken back in here, this is how we're really gonna build our sauce. All right, so we're gonna add 14 ounces of this passata. Again, this is just tomato sauce, tomato puree. And then this seasoning, this is chili powder, turmeric, cumin, smoked paprika, garlic, ginger, and garam masala. It's really red. This is pretty smooth. We did grate the onions, but I want this to like a lot smoother. So this is totally optional. Just gonna smooth it out a little bit. Try not to make a mess. All right, so I don't know if you can see this, but this is bubbling. Ooh, it's popping everywhere. We're gonna put the chicken back in here. We're gonna put our chicken in there, get all the juice, everything out of there. There's like orangey spots all over my countertop. It's pretty awesome. There we go. All right, lid on. And yeah, Jake, no beer. It's just like a seltzer. I don't know how to use this. This is hers. So I imagine I probably put this on. All right, let's guess. I'm assuming it's like meat stew, and then we put the time on. All right, we're gonna put on meat stew, probably normal. I think just 5 minutes. And we'll let it sit for 10 minutes. It'll naturally release for 10 minutes. Okay, so I think if I don't touch it, it'll just start. Let's see. Heck yeah, it does, Jake. All right, it's on. We put it on meat stew, 5 minutes, it says it's on. Perfect, we're gonna set this aside. If I could only have one kind of bread the rest of my life, I think it would be garlic cheese naan from Coriander in Denver, Colorado. Absolutely unbelievable. Make sure it's locked. We want it on seal. Okay, it's on seal and it is locked, thank you. I don't know if you guys know too, I always have a bag off camera. Trash. Or a bag, it's literally just a paper bag. Throw all your trash in there. You don't have to keep going back to the trash can. It's just nice. Actually, we can put up our funny backwards be right back sign. I'm gonna go grab another one of these from the garage too. Yeah, Judy, but it could be the dogs. Remember that one time the big guy got up and ate the turkey? Yeah, I do. Happy Sunday. Got a turkey in the oven. Yes, I know the sign is backwards. It's so funny though. Turkey dog, exactly, Chevy. All right, so remember we made our naan earlier. It's a little sticky, so we're gonna add some flour down, obviously anyway, so it doesn't stick. And we'll knead this out and we'll just kind of portion it and then we'll go. This is a super easy naan recipe. It's funny, you can't even see the flour on my countertop, can you? I kind of don't like having white countertops. It's not my favorite. I feel like it shows obviously everything, but. So this is the naan we made. It was literally flour, yogurt. We had a little bit of milk, 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Very easy naan recipe. A little flour on the top. This is really sticky because we put that milk in there. We just want to kind of knead it all together. And this has had, how long ago did we make this? 20, 30 minutes ago? It's had some time to sit, so. And I'm really bad at kneading, as you'll see. I don't know who you are, but you were suggested. Well, that's cool, Tasha. We literally, this is a food-based channel. I do a lot of lives a couple times a month. Right now we're making butter chicken and naan. The butter chicken's in the Instapot, and we're making homemade naan. So we're just kind of doing an Indian day. Like I said, I go live a couple times a month. I was live yesterday. We have a good time in this live. Everybody's really respectful. We got a fun little community. So thanks for joining. It's really cool that you're here. You and Dad have made ramen together. Oh, ramen, love it. I'm just trying to get it to where it's not still super sticky. Just adding a little bit of flour at a time. But as you can see, it's not working too great. So, deep question, what brings you true happiness? Jake, I really think surrounding yourself with just really good people and positive people makes me happy. I have a son that makes me incredibly happy. Just, you know, I think being around positive people has positive outcomes. People that aren't necessarily positive, it's just gonna hold you down, man. It's just gonna weigh you back. I know people with, you know, family members that aren't super positive and stuff like that, and it's just hard to get away from things like that. Luckily, I don't have to do that, but, you know, take care of you. If you can't take care of you, you can't take care of anybody else. So I think everybody goes through tough times, and it's kind of more how you get out of it, you know, is what's important. But yeah, I'm all about deep questions. You guys, you know me, I'm kind of an open book. For the most part. We're not giving out addresses over here, so. Jonah, we try to stay away from religion and politics. It's just never a good idea. You're never gonna change anybody's mind. They're not gonna change your mind, so we just stay away from it here. But I appreciate you being here, so. See, we have a fun little community here. I really do love this. A lot of the same people come in here a lot, and I just love it. You guys, you're the reason why I do this. It's fun, so thank you. Clean up this monster. All right, now that we got most of the dough off our hands, we're gonna get this kind of separated into little balls. I'm rearranging my kitchen, so I don't know where anything is now, which is awesome. All right, so we're gonna use one of these guys to flour it. Yeah, Johan, I do, I have a seltzer. So not really a beer, it's a little early for a beer, but I'm drinking one of these guys. I mean, I definitely have beers in the garage, but just not any right now. Oh, our chicken's done. Getting so excited. So this needs to slow release for 10 minutes. Set me a timer for 10 minutes. Jake, mine's 14 and a half, boy. I'll ask him questions and he goes, okay. Like that's all I get out of him. So they have this place here. I don't know where you live, but it was like it's like an augmented reality, but it was like this augmented reality place that we took them a couple weeks ago, and it was like real, well, obviously not real, but it was like Squid Games. And it was all like, you wear this thing on your head and you have to do it. Like, it was a blast. Maybe something like that. There's like indoor putt-putt around here. I kind of live by this is they may not need you today and they may not need you tomorrow, but when they do need you, you just got to be there. So that's what I keep telling myself. So I'm gonna try to get these in like decently the same size things. Oh, look, it's all back to sticky again. Oh well, this is what happens when you're live. Yeah, exactly, Judy. Good suggestion. Like, figure out what she's into and then go do that. That's a great idea. We got the best little community here. God, this naan. One ball. Didn't I just wash my hands? Gosh. And of course, I'm not a professional. I don't claim to be a professional. So we're gonna roll these out, obviously, and we're gonna cook them. So, well, Jake, I think it's just of the age. I mean, you know, it's kind of funny that you bring that up too. Like, I obviously have a YouTube channel. I have a decent amount of subscribers. My son's friends watch my videos. They come into my lives sometimes, and I don't think my son's ever seen one of my videos. He was my first subscriber, but I don't think he's honestly ever seen one. So I guess my point is, he doesn't think I'm cool at all. I'm probably cringy and embarrassing to him too. So I'm trying to figure it out same way as you are. Ugly though, these balls are ugly. Oh yeah, look at that. You guys should have seen me yesterday with making cupcakes and stuff. It was kind of a disaster. I mean, it turned out really good. They were epic, but there was something I was doing that was super wrong. Oh, the frosting. I didn't know what the heck I was doing. We got some new people in here today, which is really fun. I always love when there's new people in here. Consider liking this video. I think it helps. Also, if you're having fun, consider a sub. I make stuff like this all the time, and we do have a really fun time a lot. I think I just put out a short the other day on some steaks for Valentine's Day, and I try to do as much content as possible. I do have a full-time job, and I am a full-time parent. So, all right, so cooktop. We'll put this on like medium. It's almost like we're doing tortillas. But yeah, so I'm gonna melt a little bit of butter. We're gonna put some garlic in there, and we're gonna use that as kind of the lubricant. Obviously, I don't have a tandoor. That'd be epic to have a tandoor. Making your naan in a tandoor. Wow, we're not that fancy. All right, so I don't know, tablespoon of butter. Just putting a little bit of garlic in here, and I wanna let this kind of just cook for a little bit and let that garlic sort of get really flavorful, and then we'll start rolling out some of these naan. Good streams, good dude. Appreciate you, Grasshopper. Yeah, I appreciate you coming in here. Hey, Lizzie, what's going on? Oh, I need to do rice too for the naan. Rice rinser. I think the secret to rice, a lot of people are like, oh yeah, Bree said, sorry. Bree's been helping me with the kitchen. Rinse your rice. So I always rinse my rice at least 3 times. This thing, bought this on Amazon. I don't know if you can see the holes in it. Yeah, there you go. Put the rice in here, rinse it, strain it, rinse it, strain it. Do it 3 times. Your rice will come out pretty much perfect every single time. It won't be all gummy. So 2 cups of rice. Obviously that's gonna be 4 cups of water that we're gonna boil it in. So it's a 2-to-1 ratio. This is how this bowl works. I'll show you what the cloudiness looks like of it. Because all we're really doing here is rinsing off the starches of the rice. Yeah, so you see how kind of milky that looks right now? I promise if you don't rinse your rice and you try this once, it'll change your life. It won't be gummy. It's gonna be so fluffy and perfect. So I'm gonna pour it really milky. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it 3 times total. So there you go, a little less milky, but 3 times is the key. Cost of the green bowl, Tasha, I think this was like $7 on Amazon. And you know, I kind of hate buying one thing that only does one thing. I put berries in here. Like if you need to wash like strawberries, raspberries, anything like that, put them in here, rinse it around, strain it all out. So you can use this for a lot more things. And I bought it a few years ago. Just look up our rice. And these are gonna come out not pretty. You're not gonna get these that round, at least I'm not. Okay, so we got this garlic butter here. I'm just gonna put a little bit on this flat top here. We're gonna do probably 1 at a time until I start rolling these out. It's on medium heat, by the way. Might need to be higher, so we're gonna test this one, but I'm sure it'll taste good. We rolled out a naan. Stick it right on there. Don't touch it. We're gonna wait like 2 minutes. See how this naan's getting bubbly? All right, we're gonna flip our naan now. I don't know if it's hard to see, but there we go. Look at that. Can you see that? I know that that's kind of in the way. But so it bubbled up on that one side, right? So now when we flip it over, that's where you're gonna see all the toasted parts on like just the bubbles. Wait till I flip this over and you're gonna be like, dang, Gunnar just made us naan bread and it looks spectacular. So, ow, that's hot. Okay, ready? There's the naan. So hot. There we go. That's one side, that's the other side. And then so I'm gonna put it on this rack and I'm gonna just take a little bit of this garlic butter and just like that. And then we're gonna let it chill. Yeah, that's what it looks like. I can see kind of just how soft it is and pull the party. So good. And you know, it's one of those things as a non-professional, I feel like I never think of parsley. Parsley is just one of those things I'm like, never think about it. The shapes though, they just could not be uglier. This is like last time I think Bree and I made this. I had one that looked like George Washington. I think it's on the short on my channel. The outline literally looked like George Washington. I had a George Washington naan. It was insane. What's that drink? Every stream I see you drink it. Oh, it's a seltzer. It's just like, you know, a seltzer. I don't know. From Costco. Whoa, trying not to dump them. But that looks pretty good, doesn't it? So I think it's the little things dropped. There we go. Yeah, it's not gonna shoot up and bust through the ceiling. Saute, cancel, saute. We got a cup of heavy cream. Watch how the color changes on this. This is the pretty cool part. So kind of red. We're gonna do a cup would be half of this thing. So maybe a little bit more. Okay. Yeah, and then there we go. There's our butter chicken. And we're gonna let this simmer for just a few minutes, but it's gonna turn like this kind of beautiful, like orangey color. Yeah, so just wanna let this simmer now and kind of let the heavy cream sort of work its way in. But yeah, look at that color change. We went from like red to just like that kind of beautiful orange. I mean, that just butter chicken. It's so good. Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm excited. And we've already been streaming for 102 minutes. Oh my gosh. We've really been doing this for almost 2 hours and you guys are still here. I love it, thank you. It's really snowy outside. You guys wanna see what it looks like outside real quick? Of course, gotta say hi to Steve McQueen. Doesn't look fun. Is that the North Pole, Eric? Yeah, pretty much. It feels like it right now. It definitely feels like it. There's our rice. Oh yeah, soft and fluffy, look at that. Remember I told you if you just rinse it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fluff this and let it sit for just a minute. If you're new here, again, I would appreciate a sub. I enjoy doing this. I go live a couple times a month. We always make fun stuff. We got a good little community here. There's a lot of returning people. We all stay really positive and everything in here. It's really fun. So yeah, I mean, if you're having fun, please consider liking this. Please consider a sub. I put out content weekly and we go live. Shoot, I was live yesterday, so twice already this weekend. So yeah, share this, comment this, everything. So this is just plain white rice, like nothing super fancy. Our butter chicken. Oh my gosh. Look at that. But that's it. How does that look? Like that. It's so dirty. I'm gonna get dirty on here, but this is it. And it would be, like I said, a lot quicker to make if you weren't trying to do all the stuff that I do by like talking and everything. I'm sure it's really good, but you never know. I would be honest with you if it wasn't. It's just gonna be so hot. You're gonna have a potluck? Nice. I love that. Let's try this. So hot. But it is so good. The flavors in here. I mean, there's definitely better butter chicken. Like any local Indian spot near you is gonna have way better butter chicken than this. But to make this at home and get this, like, it's really good. And like I said, this is almost better the next day. This has like the spaghetti vibe to it where tomorrow this is gonna taste better. And with this homemade naan, let's do it this way. It's still just so hot though. So hot. I mean, it makes sense. It was in a pressure cooker for like 30 minutes. Yeah, homemade naan, homemade butter chicken. Consider subscribing. I appreciate it. I love everybody. I love doing this. This is so much fun. Call it. That's it. That's one of my favorite things is butter chicken, and we just made it. So yeah, I appreciate it. If you like this and had fun, please consider subscribing. I do this all the time. I tried to anyways. We made homemade naan, homemade butter chicken, and had a great time. So, oh my gosh, you know, I just realized we didn't even put any butter in it. We were supposed to put a half a stick of butter in there when we did the onions. Whoops. Yeah, I forgot butter in the butter chicken. So funny. Is it on my list? I mean, I totally could. It's still hot. It would. Yeah, maybe we'll throw some in there. I love that it's literally on the list and I just forget to do it. So that's gonna change the flavor a little bit too. It's obviously just gonna make it better. Try to put out content weekly. So I don't know what's on the agenda for next weekend. I'm always open to suggestions. We've done beef stroganoff, lasagna. But everybody, cheers. Thank you. Have a lovely weekend. I hope everybody stays safe. Have a good one. I don't know when I'll go live again. It'll probably be next Friday. Have a great day, everybody. Love you guys.